General Yakubu Gowon in the House of Representatives, and looking at the commitment of General Yakubu Gowon in making sure that the unity of this country stands, Yakubu Gowon is one of the least head of states that any other country will destroy his hard-earned reputation by alleging that he went away with over half of central bank funds. An institution like Parliament in the United Kingdom should not have made that statement without any evidence. Mr. Speaker, every right-thinking Nigerian knows the commitment of General Yakubu Gowon to this country, where he fought civil war to ensure that the country remain united and the country remain one. Mr. Speaker, everybody knows how respected General Yakubu Gowon is. And nobody have ever had General Yakubu Gowon linked to any corrupt activities in this country. It beats my imagination and imagination of many Nigerians for a member of parliament to stood on the floor of the United Kingdom Parliament and make such libelous allegations against the reputation of General Yakubu Gowon. Mr. Speaker, it's a straightforward motion. We know that the target is not aimed at destroying Yakubu Gowon as an individual. It's further to some of us, we have given it divination to an extent that the aim is to further create disunity among Nigerian people so that we will not trust the leaders that will be able to intervene in the situation that Nigeria is facing. Nigeria needs people like General Gowon to continue to play a statement role and to continue to play a leadership position by advising all sectors of Nigeria to remain one. Mr. Speaker, what we read in universities and secondary school, General Yakubu Gowon is one of the head of state that came with the National Development Plan, which is geared at bringing different ethnic groups in Nigeria to stay together. And he is one of the performing head of state. Therefore, the statement made by the UK House of Commons is unacceptable to the people of Nigeria. And I insist, Mr. Speaker, while calling on my colleague to contribute to this motion, that the United Kingdom government must apologize to this country. And Mr. Speaker, I urge you to make your position known to the House of Parliament in the UK. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
If I'm permitted to lay a background to the amendment, I very, very, very much respect the former president of this country, who is impeccable and has never been associated with any issue of corruption. However, Mr. Speaker, that comment was made in a parliamentary committee. It is not the position of the British Parliament. Therefore, I would suggest that rather than write the British Parliament, we step down the prayers and urge our Committee on Foreign Affairs and Interparliamentary Relations to investigate the comment and report back to us within 4 weeks for further parliamentary action. Mr. Speaker, I so move.
Before I put the question, this motion, and I must thank Honorable Gagdi for bringing it up, has generated a lot of discourse nationally and internationally. As for Honorable Chinda's amendment, which has some merit to it, I still believe that even on the rules of Parliament, anything spoken or done at the committee level, and that's why we have to be very careful of committees. The committees actually represent the House. And it's even in our rules. The committees represent the House. And that's why there has to be, we cannot hide under the fact that it was spoken at the committee level. But the amendment has carried and it does have some merit. We were all aghast at this unfortunate vituperation by a member of Parliament. And because it is a parliament-to-parliament issue and it was discussed in Parliament, notwithstanding at committee level, it's important that we address it, especially as it affects perhaps our longest-serving head of state. The parliamentary protection for statements made in the chambers intends to allow for free and spirited debate in the best interest of the public. It is meant to be used as a shield and not as a sword. Honorable Tom Tugendhat, a Conservative member of the British Parliament of Commons, took advantage of this privilege to launch grievous and baseless allegations against General Yakubu Gowon. Unfortunately, this was an act that deserves of the most spirited rebuke. All of us in Nigeria are still grappling with the lessons of our nation's history. We are not helped in this regard by the cynical interventions of people who do not seek our nation's upliftment, but will gladly exploit our fault lines to score cheap political points. The resolutions as made by this parliament will be conveyed to the head of parliament, the head of the British Parliament accordingly. So I'll just put the question, assuming that the resolution is carried. Those in favor, please say aye. Those against, please say nay. Ayes have it. Ayes have it. Honorable Satome.